Coming up on this episode of Swing Nation, we've got an interview with Skye Humphries, Bobby White's latest blog post, and some great videos you shouldn't miss. Swing Nation episode 66 starts now.
Meet you downstairs.
Hit that jive, close the door, get the carpet off the floor. Swing Nation,
people grooving together.
truck on down, pimp your stroll, put some jelly on that roll. Swing Nation,
People grooving together.
This episode of Swing Nation is brought to you by Jitterbugs Book. This holiday season, share your love of Lindy Hop with all the little jitterbugs in your life. In the newly released Jitterbugs children's book, Shorty George and Big B are transformed into adorable bugs who triumph at the Jitterbug Ball. This dance-along story is the perfect way to share Lindy Hop history with a new generation. First edition hardcover copies available now at jitterbugsbook.com.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Swing Nation episode 66 for Wednesday, November 19th. November 19th. It's almost Thanksgiving.
It's close. It's close.
That's nuts.
It's close.
Time's flying.
So,
What? Oh, boy. Okay.
Not yet.
Spuds, what day is today?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Do you erase it? No. It's Play Monopoly Day.
What?
It is National
mean?
Play. No, it's not National Play Monopoly. It's just Play Monopoly Day. Thank you. That was so nice. Just look at that. So go out and play Monopoly with your friends.
Now, you can't tell everyone I'm a raging bee all of the time.
And you're watching your show with your friends. I'm Rick Amatic, joined by Zucker Punch, and Spuds over there. And, of course, Punk Ass Jim on the ones and twos.
What is that on the ones and twos?
It's a reference
To back in the day when music was
West
on round
Philadelphia,
things, you had
born
to
and
turn
raised.
them.
I see.
There's two of them.
Well, so then shouldn't it be 0 and 1?
Oh, boy.
Sorry, okay.
Wow.
The geek in me really enjoyed that one. Quick bits.
Quick bits. Yes, just one quick bit for this week. We have a really cool fundraiser. It is called The History of Black Dance in America. This was submitted by Ron Parker. The History of Black Dance in America is a multimedia dance project that he's worked on for the past 6 years. And the Central Avenue Dance Ensemble needs funding to make this show happen for Black History Month 2015. So there is a Kickstarter campaign, I guess, to kind of bring this show to a bigger audience. So if you would like to support, you have until December the 5th to throw a few dollars their way. Looks like a really cool project. And, of course, we're always interested in more awesome work that gets Black dance out there to new audiences. So good luck.
Our next guest is Skye Humphries, and Skye was a performer and a member of the infamous Lindy Hop troupe, Mini Smoochers. He taught and performed Lindy Hop at many major national and international events, dance camps, including Harangue Dance Camp in Sweden. This guy's a versatile and creative dancer. I think we all know that. He's earned some of the most prestigious awards at national dance competitions, including winning the 2002 Lindy Hop World Championship, that's right, in St. Petersburg, Russia. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Skye Humphries. Hi, Skye.
Hey, guys.
How are you doing?
Breathing meat? I'm doing well.
Yeah. All the way out there in, where do you live now? In Brooklyn? Don't give an address.
I'm in Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
been
how long have you been back? Because I know you've been living in Sweden for a while.
Yeah, I was in Sweden for about 5 years, and I moved back some point around September. But in that time, I've been here maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, something like that. So it still feels very fresh. Let's put it that way.
New York, New York. All right.
So, okay, just to get this one out of the way, I recently saw a video of you and Tatiana Udry doing a great performance on a floor that looked impossibly fast. And you fell and then did a miraculous recovery, as I have heard you've done before.
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we have the video evidence that we can pull back up if necessary.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I surrender. Yeah, no, it was a bit slippery. I mean, someone had been sweating all over the floor, and I'll just throw it out there. I don't want to say that Tatiana sweats a lot, but I don't know.
All right.
So yeah, I think I taught like a class just before, and I had sweated all over the floor, and it was. This isn't helping, is it?
That's the story, and he's
Give you
sticking
the
to
backstory.
it.
It's like no. It was my own disgusting.
So you made your mess, and so you had to lie in it.
Yes, well put.
Is that the takeaway?
I've seen Skye. I was talking about this. It's like if you're gonna go down, you're gonna go down with style, right? You're gonna.
Or panic. I mean, we can call it whatever you want.
So this is a question that I put on here. In fact, a lot of them are because I have a lot of things to ask you. Where do you find inspiration to keep innovating and developing your art? No more soft questions. Sorry.
I mean, that's tricky. I don't know. I think this. It's always tricky with the innovation thing because to me, doing something new seems quite not easy. But I think we all do things that are new all the time, and doing a new version of Lindy Hop seems very like what we do when we dance, whether we want to or not. I think for me, the tricky thing, at least for the last, I don't know, probably 10 years or so, has felt to go the other direction, to say that I'd like to actually feel that what I'm doing has some connection with the past of this dance and African-American culture more generally, American vernacular dance, whatever you want to call it. And I think to me that seems much trickier and also much more inspiring. I think when I started, it was very much about like, oh, I want to do something new and I want to do like my version of Lindy Hop, and the scene was a bit more recreationist at the time, maybe, so it felt a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Back in the day, was like that. Yeah.
All right, so then let me flip the question around on you. So, how do you keep your roots?
I squirmed out of this. Well, that's much harder. Oh, what have I done? How do I find it?
You're the one who said it was harder.
I mean, I think a lot of it comes from partners, dancing with people like Frida and Naomi, Marie, Sylvia.
You have real tough luck with partners.
I know. I'm so lucky. I haven't. Sometimes at events, you just like, I walk by the other leaders and you can't look them in the eye. I'm too lucky.
Speaking of your partners, I'll let you off the hook for that one, by the way.
What's that?
I said, speaking of your partners, how do you usually generate your class content with them? Because every time I take classes from you, it's like something new that I've like just sort of started feeling that you're able to like put words and exercises to before I know that I need them. I kind of wonder how you have this uncanny ability to do that.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. I mean, all of your questions are so complimentary.
No, you haven't gotten to my question yet, so go ahead.
He didn't have any questions.
Well, that's nice if it seems that way. I think for me, it's always been a real hope that people coming out of class would at least be able to walk out with some material. So I think from the very beginning when I started to teach, I felt like I wanted to have some concrete material that was there, and that if there were exercises or there were sort of philosophical points that I wanted to get across, that I would hope that they would grow out of the material and be a little bit optional, so that if someone disagreed with my idea, or if just the idea behind things didn't get across, that I wanted there to be some sort of physical practice that it was done, and hopefully something as concrete as a move or a variation or something. So I think a lot of times, almost always, the classes come from material, and usually it's material that that have been social dancing, or that comes out on the social floor. Frida will do something, and we get excited about it and try and recreate it, and then that turns into something. I copy it poorly. She teaches it to me. I forget how to do it. Change it. She teaches it to me again. I learn it as the students are learning it.
Got it. Well, it's funny because the things, so I can imagine the things that you and Frida can come up with kind of go far beyond some of the things, say, like, I can come up with, because you guys are just doing it all the time. You're both amazing. You're both super talented. So
I knew you're outdoing her on the compliment front here. I don't know. Was this the...
How am I going to top that? Damn it.
Well, here's some. So we were talking a couple weeks ago, I think, about quirks. Like there are certain quirks in certain dancers, like the approachability of Skye Humphries, right? And so I was saying, I feel like Skye is unapproachable by people. And I don't know why I said that, but that was my first initial response. And then we started talking about, well, there are those people in the scene, those A-level people who have certain quirks, like certain things in their personalities that you can latch on to. Like, say, Joe is just, Joe Hopper is Joe Hopper. She's a little crazy. And like, you can
go up to her, you could talk about hair. You could talk about this swing out variation that you just adored that she just did. You can talk about her like ridiculous love of strange fashion things.
Right. So everybody, like, there's a lot of the A-level teachers that have these quirks. Do you have any quirks? Do you know if you have any quirks, like socially or anything?
Am I into hairdressing? Is that what you're saying?
Are you into hairdressing? Yes.
No. I'm not.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like you have any kind of like social kind of if someone comes up and wants to talk to you,
I am a little concerned that anything I say, someone's going to come up and talk to me about. Okay. Which maybe speaks to the unapproachability. I don't know. I like Bob Dylan records, Long Walks on the Beach.
How about pina coladas?
I love books. I don't know. Pina coladas. Not so much, actually.
I won't ask about the rain then. Okay.
And I'm not saying that you do have quirks, but I'm just like, there's...
Oh, well, I mean, I certainly have quirks. But, I mean, I think, unlike a lot of other people, the swing scene was... I mean, I literally grew up in it. I started when I was 11 or whatever, and this has been my social scene and my sort of profession. It's been everything, my hobby and what I do for fun. And so I think a lot of people have a lot of other interests as well. And I sort of do, but I kind of just love the scene and I love this dance and the music. And so in that sense, I don't have like another secret life that I like to slip off to. I sort of like, I go home and then I go out dancing and or listen to music or something. So not that I dance all the time, but it's a little more one-dimensional in that sense. Is that what you were looking for? Or
pretty much. That sounds good to me.
Camping, I like the outdoors.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like another thing I was wondering. What does Skye do when he's not Lindy hopping, like, and not working on stuff, like?
Yeah, I like to go camping. I like. I don't know. I read a lot. I read a lot of books.
What are you reading?
At the moment, I'm reading, just finishing up this book, which I can highly recommend, called Red and Hot, about jazz in the Soviet Union. It's great. Totally great.
So still about jazz.
That's jazz.
Yeah, here's a biography of Balanchine that was also very good. So sort of on the dance front.
Yeah.
I went to school for cultural studies, so I keep up on a little bit of the American studies stuff. Whatever that means, kind of history and I don't know.
What was your major in school?
It's called American Studies.
American Studies, and then he moved to Sweden.
Well, yeah. Transnationalism was a big kind of the hot topic when I was studying. So I like to think that I sort of carried on the tradition.
When you expatriate, aren't you supposed to like
American identity abroad is fascinating. I mean, you don't really know about Americans until you go abroad, and certainly when you meet people who, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was thinking of a project if I ever went back to school, because I met a lot of Americans in Sweden who were American but had never lived in Sweden or never lived in America. They were born in Sweden, raised in Sweden, but they had this sort of identity from a parent or two parents of being American. And I think it's so interesting, like such a fascinating thing. I mean, nationality is so bizarre as it is, but that you could be living in a country and have this kind of dual identity or this identity that you don't have any concrete, that haven't spent a lot of time in America or maybe haven't even visited, but it still like makes up how everyone interacts with them. And I think it's super interesting. You could learn so much about American sort of American identity just from that. What does it mean from somebody who's, again, not grown up in America, but a whole identity has been shaped by being American or being seen as American within a context.
Wow. And this is coming from a kid who grew up in Ithaca, New York.
Ithaca's got great schools.
Wow. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's great. I don't know. I don't know if you ever imagined your life going the way it did. The way it is. But Skye, definitely really happy to have you on the show. I want to ask you, though, what's up next? What are we going to see from Skye Humphries? What are you working on? What routines? What competitions? What events?
Are you growing wings?
Camping trips.
Camping trips.
Camping trips, yeah, that's right. Well, at the moment, nothing. But Frida just had a baby, which is super exciting.
That's right. Frida Segedal.
You may see me loitering around her child. It's really cute.
That's not creepy at all.
I'm like an uncle. I'm allowed to loiter. That's cool.
All right, that's great. So yeah, you have a little break right now from stuff. I think, Skye, you're relaxing at home. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And thank you once again for being on our little show here.
Pleasure.
When can we schedule you for part 2?
When can we schedule you for part 2? That's the question.
When we get to the hard questions.
Oh, anytime.
Yes.
Cool.
Excellent. Now it's on film.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Skye.
Thanks, Skye.
Thank you.
Take care.
If you'd like to hear a little more from Skye, check out the half-hour interview with him that Linda and Chester Freeman did over at the Swing Shift.
Man, I'm always struck by how thoughtful he is every time he
He's
talks.
super thoughtful. Wait, let me think about that before I answer.
Which I think is great. We could use a little more of that in our world.
Indeed.
Think first, speak later. Another bloke who's really thoughtful and has awesome, interesting things to say, Mr. Bobby White.
I miss Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby owes us a thing.
A thing.
A swing.
Oh, yeah.
A thing.
That sounded dirty. A Swing 101. Bobby, you owe us a Swing 101. So in case you're watching.
I'll forgive you since in the meantime, you've been working on a piece called The Proactive Follow. And I am super excited about this because, well, I'm a follow and I care. So everyone should go out and read it. I'm just going to tell you the highlights, the Cliff's Notes, if you will. Follows, listen, leads, pay attention as well.
I'll pay attention because I didn't read it. I'm paying attention. Go.
Wow.
So
I meant to read it.
in the end, good follows are proactive in their rhythm, in that they keep the beat, they got their own thing down. If the lead messes up, they still got this rhythm going on. In their posture, that they're never put in a place where they're at risk, where they're always in control of their aesthetic and the shape that they're making with their bodies. That they're proactive in their flow of the dance.
Flow.
In their own learning, and I think this is a really big one that I personally can work on, and probably we all can. In their choices. And Laura Glace tells a really useful story in this section of the piece. So, be sure to pay attention. In their presence, in having a well-balanced conversation, in their dancing, in invention. I think these are all awesome things, and this is a great post, so everyone should go read it.
Yeah.
Bobby, I've got one bone to pick with you. I'm sorry. So you solicited thoughts from a number of fantastic follows about this. You quote Sylvia Sykes, Laura Keat, Laura Glace, Kate Hedin, Marie
Matson.
Annie Trudeau, and by the way, the artwork, which is super charming, is by
cute.
Yeah.
Irena Spasova. Oh my God, I'm so bad with last names. I'm really sorry. My issue is this, that the takeaway, the culmination of this piece is, when looking over this list of skills a proactive follower has, Sylvia Sykes mentions that this is a list just as much for leaders as well. So while this is true, I want to linger just on follows for once. And really, is there nothing that we have to say to them that doesn't actually apply to leads? We have so many things to say to leads that don't apply to follows, so why don't we have anything for the reverse? And I feel this in my own classes too when I'm teaching, where I say something like, follows, you can really be strong in your rhythm, and that will really help this be a successful move or whatever it is. And then I say, of course, leads, this totally applies to you too. We say so many things that apply to leads, and we don't necessarily engage follows as much with it as well. And I think that this is sort of like a lacking on all of our parts in general that we should all probably work on. But I challenge you, Bobby, everyone, next time you're, like, let's say, teaching a class or talking about what following is, see how many times you bring it back around to what the lead does as well. Just think about it.
Yeah. I mean, the other way to take it is also, it might just be, these are things that if you are a follow that can help you to be better follows. And if you're a leader, it's good to know some of the things that it takes to be a really good follow. Because, you know, to understand the perspective of the person who's taking the other role is an important part of being a good partner to the person. So it might just be that. I certainly learned a lot. I don't follow hardly at all. But from reading this piece, so I really appreciated that kind of perspective on it, because there's things that I don't have to think about because I'm primarily in the leader role. So I thought it was really useful, and I thought it was also really interesting that it was written by a guy who primarily leads. You know, I think that's kind of puts a different frame on it than if it was written by his partner Kate or by Laura Glaze or something like that.
I would like to see one written by a lady. Not that I think by a follow. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Can we?
Not that I
send your messages to Sucker Punch.
I'm human. Okay?
She's human. Stop it, people.
Yeah, not to say that Bobby's perspective isn't totally valuable and spot on, because let me tell you, I'm going to refer back to this piece every time I'm teaching a class in the future to make sure I'm like hitting as many of these points for follows as I can. But I would also like to see a follow write this, but it's not going to be me because I hate writing.
English master. Cool stuff. Bobby, I can't wait to see you come on the show again. Keep writing this awesome stuff.
And you owe us Swing 101?
He owes us another Swing 101.
Although after I was just like calling him out on air. I don't know.
I know.
F those guys.
And after the huge paycheck we gave him for the last 2 he gave us.
Exactly.
Let's get to some videos and see what's happening around the world on the YouTubes and whatever.
Absolutely.
What is Basoe 2014?
Basoe?
What is it? BSOE?
Someone look it up. It is, so I'm going to guess it's in the Europes.
The Master Jam.
Anyway.
Oh, wait, I saw this.
This is a cool performance by some cats you might find recognizable, but the part we wanted to really shout out is the ending. So there's this great choreo, and then this sort of spontaneous choreography happens that Chester instigates. So let's check it out, and you'll see what's happening.
Brazil swing.
So there's Chester. Oh, wow. Was this like organic?
He just made that happen.
Yes.
Oh, Chester is also involved in this History of Black Dance fundraiser.
That's right.
Chester's all over all cool stuff.
Yeah.
So just basically, I think what just happened was Chester just made a group choreo from just on the spot.
I don't think that's the first time it's
he
ever
just
happened.
steps up
either.
and like, okay, just follow me, guys. Just trust me. Like, if Chester tells me to go, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
There's something here about like madmen and geniuses and just like
Exactly.
going for it.
Definitely on the madman side.
I love it. Thank you, Chester, for being Chester.
What's this in the Canadas?
Amazing.
Yeah?
This is like my favorite choreography,
sick.
at least of the month.
Haven't we watched the Northern Lights before? I think?
Probably. They're prolific
Yeah.
and awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Two great tastes.
yeah.
Great
Northern
together.
Lights choreography with Gordon Webster and friends at CCX this year.
I was about to say the stupidest thing. Who's the band? God, I haven't seen that guy in years.
Adrian?
Adrian, yeah.
Well, you're not in the band, are you?
No. Yeah.
I understand that figure.
Girls are just as sexy in pants. I'm sorry, I said it. Yes.
These
Guys in
girls,
skirts, not so much.
Guys in skirts, not so much.
the women in this piece are just like
They are so on
the
it.
most awesome group of women. I'm just gonna leave it there. So what I love about this piece is that it's like simple. It's not any like fancy moves that like anyone couldn't like watch and recreate, but it's like so beautiful as a whole. The dancers have their own individuality, but it's still so together. So in that way, it kind of reminds me of the first time I saw 24 Robbers.
Yeah. That's so good.
You should watch the whole thing, 'cause
Yeah.
especially the second half is like so awesome.
I love that they seem to like when they did that jam circle part.
Yeah.
The whole bunch is on one side, but they slowly all transition over to the other side.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't notice it until there's a gang of them over there.
Yeah,
like, "Whoa."
and
It's
they're
so cool.
And they're not like doing a lot of busy movement that would distract your attention,
Right.
but they're still obviously like feeling the music, participating in what's going on like in center stage, and it just sort of like contributes to this whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
It's pretty awesome. I was riveted the whole time. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
And wasn't Alain in that?
Alan
Yep.
was in it.
Alain?
Adrian.
Hate that
What's
guy.
up?
He's so talented.
They're all so talented.
Really hate that. Really. Like, ooh, bile.
Wanna kill him.
Skye and Marie.
This is a good one to lead out on.
We'll lead out on Skye and Marie. Enough said. Skye
Marie
and
Matson?
Yeah, Marie Matson, Skye Humphries at
I think.
a thing. Let me look up where
I'm
this
gonna
thing
assume
is.
they're dancing.
Thank you, GSDF. Through them. This guy's got the heel pops going on too. If you watch a couple times, he busts out the big heel pops.
Oh, yeah.
And Marie, oh, just boom, blam.
Yeah, the thing I love about this one is that they've
Nice.
got this like relaxed look about them, but relaxed on me often translates to half-assed. And they just like finish every movement so deliciously. It's like the last scoop of ice cream you just keep in your mouth forever.
Yeah. And I just like all their clean lines, but there isn't like this sort of sharpness to their movement. There's this sort of relaxed nature. I just don't know how to do it.
I think that's what makes masters.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, quickly, I'll do the feedback real quick.
Okay.
I'll just mention it.
Yeah.
Feedback.
Henrik Eriksson, who is a regular contributor to the Hey Mr. Jesse show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, we have a segment for him. He's always the last email we do.
That's great.
I even play the Swedish national anthem sometimes. He lives in Uppsala. He sent us with the whole Mr. Darcy thing we were doing a couple weeks ago. He sends us a link to Mr. Darcy Posh Dancing, Mitchell and Webb Posh Dancing. It's a clip on YouTube. Go to it right here. All right, I just did that. And check it out. It's really funny. It's kind of the final word in the Mr. Darcy thing. And thanks, Henrik, for that.
Yeah.
And if you have any feedback, you could let us know too, and then maybe we'll talk about you on the show. You can email us, news@yehoodi.com. You can get to us on Facebook, Yehoodi, and SwingNation TV, is it?
Yes.
On Twitter, @Yehoodi, @Spuds, @Zuckerpunch,
Now I have to blur this
@Rickomatic.
out.
You can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and you totally should. Totally subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Search for Yehoodi. You can call us. Can you still call us on the telephone?
Wait, no?
Yeah, no, we're going to... the phone line is open till the end of the year, okay? Till the season's over.
All right,
So
well,
let's use
now's
it,
your
people.
chance for us to hear your dulcet tones instead of you hearing ours. 201-984-SHOW. That's 201-984-7469. So this is Spuds. I'm Zucker Punch. That's Rickomatic. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, Skye.
Thanks,
Thank
Skye.
you so much, Skye. And we'll be in touch about part 2. But you guys, we'll see you all next week.
See you in 7 days.
All around the planet, gates are in the groove. Don't have to understand it, you just have to move. Truck on down, pimp your stroll, put some jelly on that road, Swing Nation. People grooving together.